Hi, don't mind me. Um, I I normally am like a night owl, so that's why I'm still up. It's currently 12 something at night. Um, and it's almost 1 o'clock. And I just wanted to come on here and just like talk. Like, I don't know, I just like making these videos. So even if um oh, by the way, anyone new here, my name is Langston Pereira, and I'm supposed to be like documenting my music journey. It's just so like weird to say now. Um, but if you're not new, welcome back. So I don't know, I felt inclined to just come on here and just like talk. Like I'm really starting to find these videos more therapeutic than anything. So even if like I don't document my music journey for a little bit of time, I'm okay with it because I love the fact that I'm like on here being open and vulnerable and just like real. Because like for so long I wanted to be like the biggest iconic sex symbol, all that, because like for years I was like uncomfortable with who I was, right? Especially like in my sexuality, and sensuality was always something I wanted to aim for. But now I'm just living my life, and I love it. And honestly, there's so many variations of me that I've seen over the years, and I've documented all of this stuff. Like I have videos that I've recorded way back in like 2012 on up until now. And then I was going through my photo album, and I was watching old videos that I took 7 years ago, and I was like, I miss that guy. Like that YouTuber in me was like amazing. Like I miss him. Like he died years ago, because I allowed, you know, people to just determine what was for me and what wasn't. And for the longest time, I allowed myself to just give up the things that I enjoyed and the things that I loved because of being, incompetent, lacking the skill and the talent. And, you know, over the course of a few years, I realized that, and watching back those videos, I realized I was like, you know what? I actually developed a lot of those skills and talents, and my mindset changed over the years because I kept at it. And I'm the type of person where I don't want to do things for years in order to like improve or anything. I want it to be like instantaneous. I like the instant gratification. I hate all of that. And I'm trying to wean away from that, like wean off of that, because it's kind of like, well, instant gratification is just that. It's instant, but it fizzles out. And so then you're looking for the next instant gratification, and it's not me anymore. Like, hold on. I want to light this candle. I love candles. Anytime I get like a present that's a candle, I'm in love. Like, I love candles. I love candles so much. Like, and I often try to like get the fake candles with like the real wax and all that, um, because I love going to sleep with like candle lights, and because you shouldn't sleep with real candles. That's where the fake ones come in. But I hate sometimes having fake candles. I'm like, I just want the real deal, but I gotta learn how to find a happy medium. Um, which actually I had a fake candle. Oh no, because I know one of them melted. I was like, oh my god, it was so hot in my room, it melted. I was like, oh my god. But I think I'm gonna pick up some more today. But anyway, I just like, I just love coming on here chatting about like real shit, or like the most mundane shit. It may be mundane to like somebody else, but to me, like it resonates, and that's why like I came on here on camera, because I was just watching a video, a YouTuber, um, I think his was Patrick CC or whatever, and he like broke down the whole like Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears relationship, from the time that they met on it was Disney's Clubhouse at 11 years old to the time that they dated in 2001, I believe, to 2002 when they had their inevitable breakup. And I was just like, that's crazy that like somebody can literally be so in love with you, so infatuated with you, and you use them to like propel your career. And I was like, I hope and pray that nobody would ever do that to me. Now, with that being said, I do plan on like being single forever because I've already tried my hand at relationships and it's just not for me. Like, and then I was engaged a few months back and I broke it off because I was just like, you know what? I just don't see myself being married. Like, I don't see myself having a family. I don't see any of that for myself. Like, I always pictured myself just being on my own, being wealthy, and then like just straight up like I'm gonna be so candid right now. I am gonna be 28 in April, and I'm like, I've never gotten to like move out and live on my own. Like I still live at home, and like with times being tough the way that they are right now, and then me like having to still navigate around, you know, debt that I created for myself when I was like a young adult, like I'm not trying to like get all that cleared up due to like the help of somebody. And he did help me and I'm truly grateful for that, but you know, I still have quite a bit to unpack on my own. And then I didn't want to move out only to move it in with someone else and never have like a place of my own where I'm just going home to just me and myself, like. And that's why this 2025 is going to be a year of like really just focusing on my dreams and my passions and myself. Like I'm so like okay with, you know, self-love to a different degree now than I ever have been. Like I got this heart shape glass flute, and I'm gonna actually get champagne tomorrow and just like enjoy my time. And then I got these heart socks, like it's fantastic, like I love it. um and that's like the thing, I'm so okay with doing stuff on my own for myself that I still love Valentine's Day. Like it's still one of my favorite days of the year. um and I love it, like. And then I always buy like little candles and just candles in general. I love coffee. I love like a lot of stuff that just make you feel like so warm and just like, oh, like you can get the butterflies if you just sit there and think about it. Like I literally get the butterflies just sitting there thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna light my candle, drink on my like caramel macchiato or whatever, and like just write like or play games or whatever and like play instruments. And that's like something that I feel like I was ignoring for a while. It's just like, oh, okay, like, are you ever gonna be in a relationship and blah 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 blah. And okay, before you like read me in these comments talking about some damn like you can't stay on subject, I kind of segued into this because I was like, oh, I hope nobody ever uses me for, you know, publicity or whatever. But it segued because it's like I'm so happy where I'm at that I'm certain I'm not going to get with anyone. Well, okay, I had a little bit of hesitation saying that because you never know. And I would hate to be like, oh, I'm never gonna do it, and then you see me pop up with someone like that. That would really suck because it's like, bitch, you're hypocritical. Like, and I know sometimes I can be a hypocrite, and I always like joke around like, oh, I can do that because I admit to it like right off the bat when you meet me, which is not true. Like normally when you meet me, like I don't really, I try not to say much, and then when I do, um we all realized it was a mistake talking to me because it was just like, damn, bitch, like, will you shut up? But it's just, I don't know. I'm just like naturally a really like outgoing, friendly person. So I try to contain it. And then when things occur to where like people have to like converse with me, it changes like the dynamic. And then people start to feel like really comfortable talking to me. And it's just a mess. And I hate that I keep not looking at the camera, because I'm recording with my iPhone. Um, and so I'm looking at the screen occasionally, and I hate doing that. I'm so sorry. But all that's to say, like, I just hope I never have to deal with that situation where somebody is like using me for publicity to propel their career to like greater heights. Because I am the type that will fight fire with fire. So if, your career is on the come up and you make a song about me, yeah, I'm gonna make a song about you in return. Like, and I'm gonna make sure it goes hard. Like, but hopefully we can all look back at this video and be like, bitch, you ain't gotta worry about that. Cause I'm telling you now, it won't be nice. It won't be good. One of us is gonna get dragged so far, like, and I don't know if I'm gonna have a fan base who's gonna like back me up, but I'll damn sure back myself up if I need to. Oh my god, not me over here like joking around about it, because I just made a video where it's like, oh, your subconscious basically can't tell if you're joking or not. So there's like power in the tongue or whatever. And I was like, and I'm over here making a joke about it. I'm just praying that does not come to fruition, because it's just, like I said, it won't be good. But yeah, I don't know. I like coming on here talking to you guys, and then the like, I want to say magenta. It's kind of giving magenta vibes. I like this like light, and I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to use this light and just record. Like, it may not be pleasing to your eye, and I'm sorry about that. And I keep wanting to look at the damn screen. I wasn't having problems with the previous video trying to like avoid looking at the screen, but the light's just so pretty that I just want to look at the whole thing and make sure it's like looking right in the camera. But yeah. And then like another thing is like with this whole like music journey, I guess like my biggest concern or like gripe that I have right now is that I'm like, I should learn how to like play the keyboard simultaneously while, you know, singing songs and stuff, and like just making up songs, because it adds a little more edge and like people won't get bored or whatever. But then I'm like, well, I need to do this for me, not other people. And that's another valuable lesson that I learned toward the end. Well, I'd say this month, really, realistically, in December of 2024, I learned that I need to just start doing stuff for myself. Like, whether these videos actually see views or not, and have people who resonate with them or not, it's really just me taking that initiative step to like put myself out there again. Because like, yeah, I have myself out there on Instagram, TikTok, but it's like you're not really putting yourself in a place where it's more, I guess you could say, where there's like people who actually can see like your work, where it's like, oh, you're out there. Like Instagram, if you post on the stories, it disappears within 24 hours unless you put in your highlights. And sometimes people don't check your highlights, sometimes they do. And then and if TikTok ends up getting banned or whatever, it's kind of like, okay, it's gonna disappear anyway. To most of my audience are in, North America, so it wouldn't even be seen in other countries regardless. So But and if I like post it on my actual Instagram, like the algorithm will eventually just knock it out and you won't see it. And occasionally I'll get a like on like an old video or photo I post, but usually I don't. But with YouTube, I feel like it's more unnerving to like post on YouTube, because there's videos from like almost 15 years ago that I've seen pop up, and it's like, oh, new to you, and that's like the category it's in, and I'm like, I don't know if I feel 100% comfortable posting on YouTube. But I used to post on YouTube, then I deleted all my channels because I wanted a fresh start, and that happened earlier this month, and now I'm back and I'm actually posting consistently for the most part. We'll see where I'm at in like a week to 2 weeks from now. Like, enough with the negativity. This is what I need to like stay focused on, like posting either once a day or twice to 3 times a day. Like, it doesn't really matter. I should just post whenever I feel like I have something to say, something that's on my mind or my chest, like, because realistically, we love a yapper, right? I mean, some of us love a yapper, and I'm a yapper, and I've experienced a lot of shit, and that's kind of why I'm like, I might just make this channel more than just like my music journey. Like, yeah, you'll get that from time to time, but I feel like there's a lot of things that I always have like on my mind that I like want to say. And like, if somebody who knows me personally one day stumbles across these videos, then they'll know what I'm thinking. They don't always have to like sit there and ask me like, hey, like, what's on your mind? What are you thinking? Because sometimes I'll have like a blank face and I'll look sad, but I'm not sad. I'm just deep in thought. Or like I'll space out and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Or like I'll come in and I look mad, but I'm not mad. So it's like, this is a way of, hopefully, if they stumble across it in time, they'll be like, oh, that's what he's thinking and what he feels in the moment. But there's no like sure way of that really happening unless I put them on. And honestly, I want people to find this channel organically. So, and I am gonna end up changing the name on it because it says Langston's Cold Brew, and that's just because I love cold brews. It has nothing to do with me making coffee on the channel, like, but you will see me drinking a cold brew from time to time, like, you will. And that's like another reason like I also postponed the whole like singing ordeal, because you can tell I'm very congested and like stuffy and nasally, and I don't like singing in a nasal state of mind. But I also, with the weather right now, it flares it up just. And then I just enjoy coffee too, and since I'm not lactose intolerant, it's kind of hard for me not to drink dairy. And then I do substitutes that are, singer friendly, like almond milk, soy milk, and all that, but like it's just not the same. And then I tried coconut water, and God, that's like an acquired taste, but I could do it. I just don't want to do it right now. So theoretically, ooh, hold on. I didn't realize I had this. Ooh. Ooh, I can step over. Oh, that's cool. The light is making that yellow jacket look orange, and I was like, I have an orange neon jacket? That's hot. Like, orange is becoming one of my like top favorite colors. It used to be green, but I will say orange and black lately I've been just eating down. And then like I have like an orange bandana that I wear from time to time, like around my neck, and it just like vastly became one of my like favorite colors. And then I have like a dark green one, but the orange just, I don't know, like my skin tone and orange just eat every time. And I love red, but orange just, I don't know, it's just like something magical for orange with me. Orange and yellow, I will say. But yeah, like, that's just kind of what's been on my mind a little bit, what I've been thinking, what I've been feeling. This video was like definitely all over the place. And my coworker's like, you might have ADHD. And I was like, okay, but even if I do, I don't give a shit. I don't see why you give a shit. And half the time, people forget that I also, for a while, was like heavily into acting. So I could literally be spazzing out and then be feeling completely normal, but I'm just acting. I'm putting on. And I don't know why I always do that, but people find it entertaining, so I do whatever I can to make their day go by smooth. And I'm really starting to kind of revert that and send it back my way, because I realize I'm giving all this energy to people who, let's be real, they don't deserve it. Like, I deserve my energy, not them. So I'm taking it back. And I really started this week with like a pack, like, okay, new year, we're not entertaining dudes no more. And then it went from dudes to, fuck it, we're just not entertaining people anymore. But like, obviously, if you rock with me, I rock with you. If you don't rock with me, I don't care, because I'm not giving you that power anymore. And I think that's what I'm so excited for, like, more than anything. And if you see me in person and I'm like kind of standoffish, don't take it personal. It's nothing personal. It's just I've learned so much this year alone that it's like, why am I continuously worried about what other people think about me, say about me, when half the time they're not even thinking about me? Half the time they got their own shit going on up here that they see you, but they don't see you. They like literally are looking right through you like a window. And sometimes it can be personal, but at the end of the day, like, if you don't take anything personal, you will be okay. You will thrive. Like, when I tell you, I remember someone gave me like an attitude and they kind of scoffed at me. And I was taken back. And this was like a few weeks ago. I was like taken back. But then I remembered to myself, I don't give a shit. And like, the more I told myself that, the more I really started to care less. I was like, I couldn't care less how you think or how you feel about me. Because at the end of the day, like, if I can sleep in this bed every night being okay with who I am, that right there is the ultimate goal. If there are days where I'm sleepless in this bed, it's because I have insomnia. It's not because I'm like, oh, did I make the right decision? Am I going to regret this? Because let's be real, I've made a lot of terrible decisions in my lifetime. And I don't regret any of them because they molded and shaped me to be who I am to this day. And it will continue to do that. And one thing I can say is this is a quick little story, quick little segue again. There was a few weeks ago, I came in to Starbucks, right? And I was extremely high. I'll just put that out there. I was high. And the guy was always like talking about his shows and how he like does stand-up comedy. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm looking to actually branch out, build connections, and on top of that, support other, entertainers, creators, whatever you. And so I like straight up handed him my phone. I was like, hey, give me your number. I might try to catch one of your shows. And I think it was like because I had like a slow delay up here, because I like started to think about a million other things. And then my tone kind of shifted to like, I don't know, kind of thing, like uncertainty. But I didn't mean to do that. But I was just so straightforward. And it probably spooked the dude. Like, he like stopped coming to work at his regular shift and started like coming in like for the night shift or whatever. And I was like, cool, I get the message loud and clear. Like, you don't want a supporter, you don't care for building new connections or whatever. And I was like watching because him and his like coworkers have like a podcast, and I was like also watching that. But I was like, you know what, I get it loud and clear. So over the last few weeks, I've just learned, you know what? You don't need to support other people anymore. And I didn't start implementing it till, this week or whatever, because I was on like TikTok all last week, just, uploading, posting, whatever. And then also like liking other people's stuff, supporting them, leaving comments, and just uplifting everybody. But next year, I'm going into a mindset where it's like, I don't care. I'm not supporting you. Like, you can keep all your business to yourself. I'm just gonna do my thing. Because I normally post and ghost. That's what I normally do. Like, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, sometimes even Tumblr. I just post and ghost. Like, and it's been, at first it was like very like rewarding to like support and lift up other creators and stuff, but now I'm just like, I don't really care anymore. Like, I'm just doing me. And that situation showed me that it was kind of like, okay, well, some people just aren't comfortable with, building connections and like actually bringing somebody new into their life, because he's older than me by like maybe 4 or 5 years. So I get it, but it kind of like, it felt it kind of felt like awful, because it was like, I'm just trying to be like supportive, because you always talk about your shows and all that. I'm like, okay, cool, like maybe you want somebody to come and see your shows, but I guess not. Maybe, you're not confident in your work or something. I don't know. But um I just know that sometimes people are also uncomfortable with, people being straightforward and just like, you know, they're not used to it. And so I completely understand, but that kind of also set a new trajectory for me to just mind my business. If you're talking about it a lot to me, that doesn't mean I need to take initiative and, you know, um, you know, I don't know, I guess like lend out my hand, or I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm like starting to realize is like, you don't have to support everybody. Like, just because they talk to you about it every time you see them doesn't mean you have to be like, oh, I want to support you, I want to do this thing. Because realistically, we've gone to that Starbucks for almost 2 years straight. They know us and all that, but it doesn't mean like, oh, we want to be like friends with you. Like, you're still like a customer at the end of the day, kind of thing. So I get it. I'm not even mad. I just know now I'm operating completely differently. And then even on like TikTok, sometimes supporting other like creators is exhausting, especially when they like expect you to come through every time and you're like, I can't, like I'm at work or I'm doing this. And then I was watching another creator's live, and there's like drama unfolding because like one guy took something that the other sorry, I was looking at the time to see how long the video is. um Took something that the other creators said and did to heart, and like they were gonna go and have like a unified collective like sit down with this person. And I was just like, I'm glad I'm not in that situation, and I'm glad I will never be in that situation, because I can support people from a distance. Like, other musician and artists, like I would definitely be like, oh, like I love and I support this person, go check them out. But I'm not going to be like going to your shows and all that, because I learned some people just don't want that, and I get it. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Now when it comes to me, anyone who wants to support me, like I'm down for it. I'm down. um I just ask that if you do become like a staple in my life, that we just like always communicate. That's first and foremost, because like I've had some friendships like blow up in my face over communication, where they're like feeling like I'm not communicating enough, and then when I try to like express what's going on, they're just, it's like talking to a brick wall. After that, they're like closed off, and you're like, I'm literally trying to communicate with you what's going on and like why you may or may not feel like I'm, being the person that you want me to be. And half the time, like, I'll never forget there's this one person that I was like having a conversation with on Reddit, and they sent me like 3 to 4 like paragraphs, and it was just like it was a huge chunk, and I responded in like 2 to 3 paragraphs because I'm the type of person I can condense it and get straight to the point, concise, like. And they went off on me like nobody's business. They were like, "You're not giving me enough. I need you." I was like, "What do you want me to do? Repeat the information? Because you already repeated yourself twice in the paragraphs, and I already read what you were putting down, and I picked it up, and then I said what I had to say in a good amount. Like, I didn't think I needed to do more, and I didn't do like a sentence or like a paragraph. I literally did 2 to 3 paragraphs to match his energy as best as I could, but I was just like tired that day. And then on top of that, like, I already said everything I needed to say to respond to everything you said, like. And he went off on me, and he was like, "You know what?" And then when I responded, he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna block you after this because I need someone who's gonna give me energy." I said, "You're that mad? Like, you just straight up block a bitch, like." And then I said one thing back to them, and then we like never spoke after that. And I was just like, I'm good, like I'm good on people. But yeah, this year taught me like it's time to just pull my support for people and just like put that into myself, like. And I never want to become that person where it's like I'm not reachable in terms of like, oh, like there's this big household name and they aren't um like they're relatable, but they're not, I guess you would say, personable, like where you can actually feel like this person. And a lot of relationships are like that online, especially. It's uh I forgot the word, parasocial, I believe. And I was like, I don't ever want to be that, where it's like people look up to me, but I'm like this untouchable figure or whatever. It's late. Excuse my like thoughts intertwining, but I never wanted to be that person. But I feel like next year, in order for me to thrive, I might just have to become that, because when I give all my attention to other people, even like responding to comments on TikTok, sometimes like it's a really fun thing, but sometimes it's also like tiring because you're just like, oh, I just normally post and ghost. Um, but I think you should still at least like the comments. Like, if you're not going to respond, at least like the comments, showing that you appreciate it to some level, because otherwise, you're also hurting your engagement. Because then it's like, oh, okay, like, especially with like TikTok, like if you don't respond to a comment or you don't like the comment, it's like you're not going to be shown to more people. Like, I've noticed I've interacted with like 40 people, whether it's on my own content or like other people's content, and I like went up in like followers, and then I also went up in viewership. So it really does help. But at least like it, because I also saw somewhere, I think it was on Instagram or YouTube, where they were like, this person doesn't even like the comment, and they like don't acknowledge the person. I was like, yikes. So I would never want to be that, but honestly, I can say without a doubt I might have to like at least become the person that I show support, but not in the traditional ways, because I feel like it's taking away from what I want to do. And I'm trying to be a force to be reckoned with, but not in like terms of like being plastered everywhere like I initially wanted to be. I just wanted to be like, damn, who is that? Like, he seems very like personable, but he also doesn't seem like someone who will like just straight up be easily accessible. And I think that's like kind of where a lot of people lose the plot, is like they're way too accessible. Like, you can post, you can like comments. Now I feel like if you respond to some comments, it could be good, but then I also feel like you need to know where that cutoff is. So maybe like responding to the first 5 comments, or like the first 10 comments. But anything after that, responding to every single comment. And I did that on Reddit for a while, and it's like, it's a lot of comments to respond to. And then at one point it just gets tiring, because some people are saying things differently, but then you say the same response. They're like, oh, thank you, or like, but if you like it, it's good. Now, if you have 40 comments and you only like 10 of them, that's kind of where you have to like realize, like, okay, I feel bad not liking every single comment, but the more you grow, the more you won't be able to reach all those comments. So it's kind of like, at some point you gotta develop certain things. Oh my god, yeah, this video is definitely made for me, because I'm like, there's so many things on my mind, and I keep checking that damn time, and it looks like I'm just looking at the screen. Like, I'm into myself, but damn, like, I'm not trying to look at myself. Anyway, I just wanted to say, I hope you guys have a great night. And yeah, I'm a mess. Late night thoughts. This is what happens.